Thanks for watching a new video blog today from Tampere, Finland. What is going on in Finland? As I'm here in Finland, enjoying my time in nature, but also I visit a little bit this city. I have to do, of course, some shopping to stay alive. But as I'm here, I experience a very wonderful and quiet climate, atmosphere, I rather say. I see that it's a very pleasant place to be, even in the cities here. It's very pleasant. I don't see any thugs or people bothering you or like a lot of police. It's not necessary. It's very peaceful and quiet here. And in my opinion, this goes for whole Finland. It's a very quiet, spacious country, and yet they still have a very low, one of the lowest birth rates in Europe. And this might not be a shocker, because like all the birth rates in Europe are below the replacement levels of 2.1 children per thousand inhabitants. But especially in a country like Finland, where there is so much space to live, where there is so much wealth also, it's a very wealthy country. I am surprised, why are these birth rates so excruciating low? And this is not healthy low, it's not replacement levels, which is even also not really good, because you're still replacing and you still have a high risk of losing out too many people, for example in a war, or maybe some other reasons people die. But it's even below replacement level. This means that most families not even have 2 children, which is already, you know, it's replacement level. Father, mother, they just replace themselves. They don't add a new person to, like, the people of their country. No, they just replace it. So if one of the children is unfortunate and dies in an accident or illness before they have children, it means that there's one person less to reproduce and to keep the population on the same level. It's so low, it's like 1.4 or 1.3. This means that each generation the population will cut in half, which is already not a lot for a gigantic country as Finland. It's one of the largest countries in that regard of Europe, and they only have 5.6 million inhabitants. Every time I look it up, I'm sort of like surprised how very few people live in this gigantic country. So I'm from the Netherlands, which has a comparably larger, very large, high population density. We are with 17 million people in a very, very small part of Europe. So for me it's sort of a surprise, very surprising, when I hear 5.6 million. It's really not a lot. So you cannot say that, well, there's not enough space for people to live. It's so crowded, there's not enough space for families to start a family. That's not the reason. Can't be. If you travel around, there's so much empty space. For miles and miles, just emptiness. Forest. You cannot say that's because of the climate. Because I'm here now in Tampere, Finland. It's a bit more north, but it's not very north. And still it's totally empty. And it's not that cold. It's now February. And it's about -2 or 3 degrees. It's not like Siberia. So it can be the climate. Soon it will be spring here, and the summers are quite good. Also, compared to the Netherlands, they don't have that much horrible rain and winds, all these things. It's a very pleasant climate. I would love to live in Finland in that regard. Good winters, real summers, enough space. But still, the Finnish people are not excited to start families. So it can be the climate. I can understand if you are in Siberia and it's -70, but I kid you not, there they have better fertility rates than here in Finland. So it can be the housing, it can also be the economy, because Finland has a very good economy. It's doing quite good, comparable to many other countries in Europe, let alone outside of Europe. So it can be the economy. The unemployment rates are low. And if I look around here, when I see people sitting in restaurants, they are dressed nice. I don't see a lot of poor people. Well, that's maybe anecdotal, but you can see also that if you look it up, statistics, that they're not very poor. No, not the wealthiest in Europe, but definitely above average. So they're doing quite good. So the common Finn has a good life. That's what you can see. They live quite good, they dress good, they live in good housing, have good housing. So it's a surprise. What is going on? Why are they having such a low fertility rate? It should be the most exciting time in history to have children. Because there's, for example, no war. It's doing here in Finland, it's absolutely doing great for years and years. The economy is doing great. There's enough space to live. Housing is also very cheap. I looked it up. Housing is very inexpensive. Besides maybe Helsinki, but you definitely don't want to live in Helsinki. But it's not, if you have to live in a city, Helsinki is not even, it's very good for a city if you compare cities. I don't like cities, but if I have to compare Helsinki to other cities, it's very good, it's very safe, it's very clean, it's very peaceful, there's enough space. So yeah, maybe Helsinki is expensive, but here in Tampere or in a suburb here, housing prices are much lower than, for example, in the Netherlands. So it's an ideal state and place to have a family. And I don't get it when I see Finnish people. They're good looking, they take care of themselves. I don't see them smoking and drinking a lot. Well, not in public. They're very polite. They dress nice, they seem very well mannered. Absolutely one of the people with very good manners in Europe. They're a bit reserved, but that's okay. So what's stopping them from having families? So there is something strange going on in the world. Why are people thinking, or why are people not starting families? And especially, like I say, I can imagine if you're from a country like, for example, Italy, where you sometimes live in very crowded spaces, very narrow places, when there's absolutely no work. I can understand that you say, well, I wait with having a family or not have a family at all. Well, I can never understand, but okay, it's more relatable to me when somebody is like, okay, I'm from Italy, there's absolutely no work there. I know, because I've been to Italy many times. I really enjoy it, but I can understand that the daily life in Italy is harsher than here. They all live in small buildings, there's absolutely no daylight, even though it's a very sunny country, there's no daylight. So there I can understand that there are reasons to postpone or to maybe even not have a family. That for some people it might be the best option if you're unemployed and if you just live in a very cramped, small building in like a polluted city and no sign of a future, there's no space to do anything, just walk around town. Yeah, then of course it's understandable, but here I cannot understand. So maybe someone from Finland can explain to me what's going on. Especially, like I say, here it's so much space. What's wrong? And again, housing, I looked it up and I can see that's very affordable. And that might be from Dutch standards, that I think it's affordable, but probably it's affordable also for Finnish people. And I can see that, like I say, it's very spacious, there's not a lot of pollution, the air is very fresh, it's quiet at night, so people can sleep well, they can live well. Like here, if you see, this is the second biggest city of Finland. You can see how very few people there are, it's very quiet. Okay, it's a winter day, but that's still, if you compare it to Paris or something, it's so quiet and peaceful. So it amazes me that this is going on here. if I look at all these people, look, they're a happy couple. But maybe they don't want children for some reason. Why not? I don't understand it. Something that's so natural, like having a family, you cannot, I cannot imagine people say, I don't want a family. Why are you together then? That's the whole reason of being together, is to make this step forward. You have your life, but you want to give somebody new a life. Circle of life. It's crazy that we have come to this so far, that we have to debate it. But apparently, I see here many couples, and they decided, or they will decide, not to have any children. Yeah, what are they doing then? Going to festivals, or picking up many hobbies, or traveling. And I've traveled a lot, and I still travel at times, but I can say it's a dead end. It's not nice. It's, for a while it's nice. It's nice to experience things, but one day you will feel lonely and disconnected from nature and from family life, a cozy, beautiful family life. And now you might say, like, well, you know, it's just modern times, we can decide to do this, blah, 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 blah. But it's not really modern times. Your instincts still tell you to procreate, to have a family. That's why you want to have SSSEEEXXX with your wife. That's the instinct. And sure, now you can protect yourself, but the instinct is still there. You're still wanting to have this. That's why you do it. That's why it feels good. That's why eating also feels good. If you don't do it, you die. So nature, or God, I rather say, God created it to make that something attractive to do, that's something pleasant to do, so that you will do it, so that you enjoy doing it, and that you will keep alive. This goes for the S thing, but it also goes for the F thing, food, eating. So it is working against your senses. And I don't get why, if I'm here, I'm not going to say that this is the most beautiful country that I've seen, or that's my dream country, but it is close to a very, very good country, in my opinion. There's so much forest, so much free nature. You can, they have a culture of lots of meat eating, very good food. They have high quality food. It's very important. So I don't really get why they, what's going on here. Why is it so unappealing to the Finnish people? And also to other people, but today I focus on Finland. I look from a perspective, what I see, it's a very wonderful country, great to live here, with their own unique language, very unique culture, space, enough space. They can house like billions of people here. So, such a huge country. Well, not billions, well, at least they have the capacity to do so. And still, they act like maybe they think they're still poor, or they're still don't have enough, or they're maybe afraid for whatever reason, I don't know. But I can say that it's tragic to see. You see a few Finnish boys, it's nice. It's great to be alive, it's great to have children, it's great to see them walk around. We need more. Why is it so that such a great country as Finland is not showing it in their numbers, in their culture, I must say. Culture and numbers. Birth rates are declining. This gives me the impression that, are they depressed, or are they losing their minds? Are they not, are men and women set up against each other, that they don't like each other anymore because of feminism? What's going on? It's government propaganda, like overpopulation, all these things. I can't really see people falling for that here. When I see Finnish people, they seem very smart, intelligent. So So I cannot imagine that they will fall for such nonsense. Especially in these days where you can find so much information and where you can unplug from this propaganda. So yeah, I don't really get it. I don't understand it. So yes, it's, in my opinion, very tragic to see that the small population that is here, 5.6 million, will be like 2.3 million in the next generation, and then even 1 million, and then drop to even lower, and then the Finnish people are extinct. Now that's very tragic to me, and I hope that they will save their country, their culture, and they will have at least replacement levels of 2 children. I know that we have so much resources nowadays to give children a great life. I don't see a reason why not. But again, if you are Finnish, explain to me what's going on here. That was it for today from Tampere, Finland. Thank you for watching and see you next time.